There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the University of Nueva Caceres Employability Summit 2023, Institutionalized Holistic and Integrated Reformation Educational iHire Program, bridging the gap between academe and the industry. So today we have speakers from UnionBank and Kooapps joining us to do the talks. So before we start, feel free to join us for the opening prayer and national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures
kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Now, to deliver the opening remarks, we'd like to call Ms. Joan Dancalan, Director for the Career Center, to give the opening remarks.
If my audio is clear.
Joanne, how are you there?
Hello.
You can hear
Good
and see.
morning.
Ayan. Good morning,
All
ma'am.
right.
We'll give you the floor.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. And good morning to everyone. I'm Anden Kalan from the University Career Center, and in behalf of the University President, Dr. Feilea Patria M. Lauraya and Dr. Romeo Samayo, we welcome you to this Employability Summit, our online job fair in partnership with jobs180.com. Of course, without further ado, I hope that you're gonna be, maximizing the opportunities that you can find. Listen, learn, and of course explore whatever you can explore when it comes to the opportunities. The graduation will be on June 23, but this time we need to start working on exploring the world of work. So once again, good morning, and I hope that we will learn a lot from this session. Thank you so much. And this afternoon definitely is our virtual career fair. So I hope that everyone can have that opportunity to explore different careers from the different partners of Jobs 180. In behalf of the team, Paolo, Cha, Love, Jane, Daisy, Ja, and the rest of the Career Center Employability Summit core organizer, good morning and thank you so much.
Thank you for that, Miss Anne. We appreciate and we are happy to be doing this for the University of Nueva Caceres. Thank you, Miss Anne. Have a great day. Ayan. So, can we flip to the next slide? So, to everyone, this is the next slide, Papa. And to everyone, this is the last leg of the Employability Summit 2023. So today, this afternoon, there will also be a virtual job fair. So to all those who registered for the event, you should receive the Zoom link via your email address. So if not, we'll send another reminder before 1 p.m. this afternoon. Next slide, please. So here is our program for today and for the entire day. So we will be doing the talks this morning, and we'll run through the job fair proper. We will start at 1 p.m. So there are employers waiting for you to process applications later. We'll also be there. So thank you. Thank you, Tech. So to everyone, we welcome you to the webinar. My name is Shari and I'm from Academic Linkages and I'll be hosting this activity today. Please be advised that the evaluation will be released at the end of this webinar. So please tag your friends so they don't miss out on this activity. The recordings of this webinar will also be posted in the Jobs 180 Facebook and YouTube channel. So if ever you miss some parts of the webinar, you can come back to it, you can rewatch. So we'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of Sir Pau and Miss Anne of the Career Center and their entire team for helping us organize this activity today. So to everyone, here is our schedule. So the first topic that we will be discussing is job applications using the resume link. We have UnionBank to discuss top skills employers look for when hiring, and Kooapps to discuss maximizing the best of both worlds working in hybrid setup. So to everyone, we encourage you to put in your questions in the comment section because after each speaker's presentation, there will be a question and answer portion. So that will be our time to ask questions, recruitment questions, HR process questions to the employers. So shout out to everyone who is on time. Thank you, thank you. So again, welcome to our activity, and let's introduce our first speaker. So our first speaker for this morning is Sir Kim Chua. He is the Managing Director for Jobs180.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. He is a trusted resource speaker and he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. So, Sir Kim, we give you the floor. Please take it away.
So hi everyone. Good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, and dami yung mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply, no? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So, mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Di ba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Baka mukha lang akong salesman, pero libre po ito. Okay? So, this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay? And so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called ResumeLink. ResumeLink by definition is the most secured tool for job application. Okay? This is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you're John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobs180.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box. Sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Now, okay, malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang, maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J, o kaya J Santos, o kaya JS, di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay, cutie pie, lover boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eldiablo.jobsonidiot.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs180. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga company. So, sayang naman, di ba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step after you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and then your password. Na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas na may-miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede kang makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Di ba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Di ba? Antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Eh, paano kung yung HR hindi naman hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede kang makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo, no? Willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi porkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na at the minimum. You know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Sabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, 'di ba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. 'Di ba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man 'yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa siya lang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency, no, ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yun talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that there. Okay? Kung meron mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, ito pa. Diba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Itong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag natin selfie video. Nowadays, I think, it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? Ito may TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie video. So I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pagka gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Diba? Ano yung matatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Diba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba, no? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O, ganun, diba? So, depende kung ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende kung ano yung nasa field mo rin, diba, na napag-aralan. Diba? So, gusto mo magpakita ka paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin. O, diba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming storbo. Diba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig. Diba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari, nasa biyahe. Diba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, diba? And then, you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay? Huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example, by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae, in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako, di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa kong mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume link nila? Chris, nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick, o diba? Joey. I would assume lalaki. Yung pala, babae. O diba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kompleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong iExpert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang resume link? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. 'Di ba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingin pa sa ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo, as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings, mapuntahan mo yung privacy settings at dun ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to show your birthday, turn it on. What happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo i-on or i-off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang. You can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public. Kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information. And in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yan ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobsonit.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay? O kaya ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobsonit.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobsonit.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, and when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang magbibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now, another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now, there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is, how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, "Dear HR manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume." Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. "Dear HR manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, @jobsunity.com. Send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file, diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na may HR. "Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated resume." Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo, send ka ulit ng bagong resume? "Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume." I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras siya, nakakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? Sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O, di ba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So, kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, di ba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O, di ba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O, di ba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it, depende kung ano ang gusto mo, pagiging creativity mo. Ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang naman normal business cards natin. Diba? So, depende. So, maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so, after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. Diba? 10 or 20. Bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Una-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print 1 long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, diba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikaw yung nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan. Kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung buong details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet, kailangan ng pang-load? Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, ResumeLink na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, di ba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Di ba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, di ba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung resume link mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anong version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, if you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide from north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O, diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin ResumeLink. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the ResumeLink. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo, na sa tingin mo kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control sino bibigyan mo nun. Ikaw lang ang magbibigay, diba? So ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yung gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs 180, you can update it real-time. 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala, anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real-time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is anytime na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontak ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details nyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Oh, ha? O, 'di ba? Char-char lang 'yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay? So, check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. So, Sir Kim will be joining us for the question and answer in a bit. So, please put in your questions and we'll pull it in. So, to give way to the next speaker, we have top skills employers look for when hiring. Can you flip the slides, please? So, this will be presented by Ms. Bernie Camata, Senior Talent Acquisition Officer over at UnionBank. Ms. Bernie is a seasoned talent acquisition officer with a decade of experience in full cycle recruitment. She's been with UnionBank for almost 6 years, and most of her vacancies that she's handling are sales and customer service, from entry level to experienced professionals. Prior to UnionBank, she worked for different BPO companies where she handled various vacancies under finance and accounting, HR, HR center support, and multilingual. Miss Bernie is a graduate of Ateneo de Naga University with a degree of BS Psychology. She is also an alumnus of University of Nueva Caceres. So, so to give way to Miss Bernie Camata, Miss Bernie, we give you the floor. Please take it away.
Hi! Marahay na aga sa gabos! My name is Bernie Austero Camata. I am also a former UNCian. I finished my high school in University of Nueva Caceres, but I won't mention the year I graduated. First, I'd like to say sorry for not being able to attend the session today as I am currently attending a training. But no worries, if you have questions, clarifications, sana walang violent reactions, my teammate Miss Bea Ronya will be more than happy to answer whatever questions you have in mind. Okay? All right. So to introduce myself, I am one of the senior talent acquisition officers of UnionBank. I've been with the company since 2016 and currently I am handling the recruitment for branch operations, customer engagement group, and some vacancies for consumer banking. For this morning, we will discuss the top skills employers look for when hiring. Maybe some of you are wondering, ano kaya yung mga dapat kong i-highlight during the interview or ano bang mga skill sets ang dapat igwa ako? No worries, we will cover that for today's session. So question, what job skills are most important? Let's focus on the hard skills and soft skills. Okay. So what are the hard skills? Examples are graphic design, computer programming, foreign languages, data analysis. Basically, ito yung mga skills na kailangan mo for a specific job. For soft skills naman, examples are leadership, creativity, problem solving, communication, time management. So maybe you are wondering, which is more important, soft skills or hard skills? Well, for me as a recruiter, soft skills are more important because soft skills are a bit more difficult to develop than hard skills. Also, with companies shifting to hybrid or remote work models, soft skills have become more important than technical skills. Technical knowledge. For example, effectively communicating and collaborating have become a top priority because those skills are vital to succeed in a virtual world. based on LinkedIn's 2019 Global Talent Trends report, found an even bigger preference for soft skills. 92% of hiring managers surveyed that soft skills are as important or more important than hard skills. All right. Also, based on the study conducted by Zete last 2020, 39% of the employers are looking for hard skills and 61% for soft skills. Okay, so I'll be sharing with you the top 10 most important soft skills as chosen by recruiters and hiring managers. Number 1 is teamwork at 57%, communication, time management, problem solving, creativity, leadership, organization, emotional intelligence at 33%, decision making, and then stress management at 15%. And then for the top 10 most important hard skills as chosen by recruiters and hiring managers, number 1 is analytical skills, high-level IT skills at 49%, basic computer knowledge, customer service skills, presentation skills, team management, project management, marketing, writing, and then graphic design at 15%. So as students, how can you enhance your soft skills? Well, self-reflect. Identify your strengths and your areas for improvement. Prioritize which skills need to develop. Also, don't be afraid to ask for feedback. No? That's also very important. And then step outside your comfort zone. Actively listen. Improve your writing skills. You can take on a leadership role. You can join certain school organizations. Habit. Start by establishing your goals. Now put in some time, even a few minutes a day to write out your goals, talk through them with others, or just iron out the creative details of your goals in your own head. But be consistent, okay? And then how can you acquire hard skills? Well, by taking classes or other training programs. You may also develop these skills through more informal methods, such as pursuing hobbies or interests related to those skills. Remember, as long as your skills and abilities remain relevant, you'll always be valuable to employers. So that's it for me. I hope you learned something. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you for that, Miss Bernie. So now we welcome to the screen, we have Miss Bea here to answer your questions. So to the audience, the floor is open for questions. So put your questions in the comment section. I'll go first para meron kayong time to think about your questions. So Miss Bea, here are my questions. Number 1, would you say that being a leader or the other soft skills that Miss Bernie mentioned, do you think those are innate qualities? Or is it something that you can improve on over time?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I would like to cap off with Miss Bernie's talk now to highlight like three traits from the soft skills from the list that she has given. No? Number 1 is teamwork. Number 2 is communication. I could expound further siguro after I answer Miss Shari's question. No? And then third one is leadership. So, to answer Miss Shari's question, this could be innate. May mga taong pinanganak na good communicators, good leaders, but there are some, and I've seen this with a number of students that I've interviewed already, that really build up these three qualities. Like for example, if you're the type of person na parang you got interested with a certain org and then you saw yourself really immersed immersed in that organization to the point that you take on leadership roles, you take on officer roles. So that's how you build leadership, no? Even if you're not super focused on orgs and maybe in your group work. So pwede rin dito na, for example, lahat kayo mahiyain, walang gustong maging leader. So someone needs to step up. And then that person learns from that experience, okay, so how do I organize my team? How do I communicate with my team? How do I troubleshoot things or problems, no, with my team? So that's how you learn. Um, Based on personal experience also, medyo may pagka-introvert talaga ako and like super tahimik nung high school and even in college. And then I just discovered that I could be a leader when I started volunteering for our church. So doon siya nag-step up. So it's if it's not innate with you, you have to start somewhere. Sabi nga ni Miss Bernie, you have to step up out, you have to step out of your comfort zone to be able to learn soft skills, no? So, hindi ka pwedeng nandun lang sa kung saan ka comfortable. If you wanna really build yourself up, you have to step out of your comfort zone. It's a comfort zone for a reason. So, you have to put yourself out there. So, in terms of leadership, you really have to build. You really have to have that opportunity to exercise and explore what kind of a leader are you and what kind of a leader you will be. So in work, may mga opportunity that will present itself. It's just up to you when you take it, when you want to take it and if you're brave enough to take it. Ayan.
Thank you for those answers, Miss Bea. My next question is, of course, there will be students who would say, hindi kasi ako masyadong magaling sa communication skills or
Mm-mm.
hindi ako masyadong magaling sa time management, project management,
Mm-mm.
ganyan. What would be your tips for self-doubt? So, paano nila to lalabanan, ma'am? Paano nila i-convince yung
Self-doubt,
sarili
no?
nila na they can do it? Parang ganun, ma'am.
Pag ganitong mahirap nga talaga siyang kalaban. I've experienced that na parang kahit after mo ma-accomplish yung isang bagay, parang feeling mo hindi mo siya deserve. May mga ganun tayong moments. But I think when you're in the position that you need to do something already, or for example, may kailangan ka nang gawin, yung self-doubt mo will take a backseat, and like whatever you have in your arsenal in terms of skills, soft or hard, wherever, will take control. So, feeling ko, pag nandun na kayo sa position, okay, I need to do something. I need to like use what I know and solve this problem or step up. So, doon na siya lalabas. Tapos marirealize nyo lang afterward, nagawa niyo na siya. Whether or not ano, naging successful siya or naging failure, ang important is may ginawa kayo kesa naging inactive kayo. So, yun, mahirap siyang kalaban. It's really taking that action to really overcome that self-doubt and do what you can, no? It's good that you know your weakness. It's good that you know na kulang ka sa ganito. But then, when the opportunity arises na kailangan mo na talagang kumilos, kikilos ka rin. But specifically with, for example, ano yung sinabi nyo kanina, Ms. Shari, teamwork ba yun or time management? When it comes to that, in teamwork, what I can really advise for everyone is, because since this is a corporate setting already, you will be working with different kinds of people from different generations. So, hindi na siya estudyante, hindi na siya professor yung kausap nyo. So, different levels of authority, different personalities, may mababait, may hindi mababait. So, expect that already para hindi kayo magulat. And then, at the first time that you will be meeting the team, you will be meeting people, I would suggest or advise for you just to listen. And from listening, you'll know who they are, how they are, and how you can approach them. Medyo magiging intuitive ka lang on that part para makisama ka ng maayos sa kanila. And then, if you really have a strong personality, I know some of you are very assertive, may mga assertive dyan, may mga mahiyain and the like, no? Siguro temper it down a little bit, like yung tamang ano lang, wala tamang Bea lang or tamang Shari lang muna. And then when the team feels comfortable enough and when you feel like you can express yourself more in the team, then saka mo na medyo i-assert yung sarili mo. So listen first and get to know the team that you're working with and work from there. Yun.
Okay, thank you for that. Eto, ma'am, Question na to medyo personal.
Oh, okay.
Maybe ask you about your first job and why did you think that this first role, how did this first role help you throughout the
Okay.
rest of your career journey?
You know, it's a funny story because I'm really not like a psych or HR graduate. I was actually a graduate of marketing and communication arts. So when a job was presented to me in HR, ang relation naman kasi nung role as an HR is to find like marketing persons. Parang magsasource ka for like a marketing person. So sabi ko, okay, I somehow know the profile, so maybe I can do this. So that was the first step that I took that I think really paved the way for a career in HR somehow. I did not see myself like going to this when I was graduating kasi syempre pag ang thinking mo yan, marketing or communications, may mga industries ka na pwedeng puntahan yan eh. So, that first step really helped me a lot. Really paved the way on what I could do in the future. And then I did not stray off from there. Eh. Nagsunod-sunod na yung opportunities that came that cemented really cemented me in HR. So yeah, that's a good story also no kasi yun, hindi ko talaga rin inexpected I progress in HR. I thought it was just something temporary but then nagtuloy-tuloy. So here I am talking to you guys. Ayun. I hope I answered the question. Yeah. So,
Thank
yun,
you, Miss
don't be
Bea.
afraid to start something new, I guess, because, again, madadala ka ng universe. Wow. ng universe sa kung saan ka dapat. I believe that naman, no? And you make the decisions on whether, okay, do I take this or not? So, ayun, yun lang po.
Again, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, before we end the Q&A, we'd also like to give this opportunity to Union Bank to plug whatever openings or
Oh,
vacancies you have for fresh grads or maybe to the ones in Naga.
okay. All right. So, in relation to the hard skill side that Miss Bernie has mentioned in our talk, we actually have a platform which is called UBP Accelerator when you can actually learn data science. For example, if you're interested, you can learn digital marketing, introduction to blockchain, for example, and until development, meron nga si blockchain doon. So, for the students who would want to further improve or further learn new hard skills, then you can search for UPP Accelerator in Google and it will show you a platform where you can take these courses for free. So all the courses you'll see there are for free. And then we also have like recruitment talks there that you can help you in your job hunting. Like for example, when to say yes in an opportunity, when to accept how to prepare for virtual interviews and the like no. So that's the learning side, what we can offer you guys, no, while you're preparing for graduation. And then in terms of vacancies that we have currently, what we have would be field sales officer for the Bicol area. So if you're the type that likes going out, likes traveling, likes talking to people, then that would be a good opportunity for you. But on the operation side, we don't have vacancies right now on sales and service assistant or the teller role, but do give us your profiles, no? So we can pull it for future, kahit na like a few months then from now or a year from now, if your profile is with us, then we can contact you. We know that you're interested and we can still reach out. So for now, it's just field sales officer and pooling for sales and service assistant. And then, yun, just feel free to drop by our jobs180.com page. No, I think it's jobs180.com/unionbank. And then from there, you can look into the vacancies that we have. If you wanna go to Manila and work here and stay here, we also have opportunities there. So just apply away. Ayun, yun lang, Miss Shari.
Thank you for that, Miss Bea. And to our audience, please don't forget to visit their career site. So do your research now so that you know what position suits you best. Like in the next few months, which positions would you like to apply to? So dyan nyo siya makikita. jobsmake.com/unionbank. Miss Bea, on behalf of UNC and also on behalf of my team over at Jobs 180, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And we look forward, ma'am, to having you again in other universities for future sessions. Thank you, Miss Bea. Have a
Thank
great day.
you. Bye-bye.
So to our audience, please don't forget, huwag kayong mahiyang magtanong. So let us maximize the time with the recruiters and the reps from the different companies. If you have questions, clarifications regarding their presentation, pwede nyo rin siyang itanong. Ayan. So now, we move to our third topic. So this is maximizing the best of both worlds, working in a hybrid setup. So this will be discussed by Ms. Vera Tabuzo, HR Associate for Kooapps. Ms. Vera majored in AB Development Communication at Ateneo de Naga University, and she is currently the HR Associate for Kooapps, Philippines. Ayan. So Ms. Vera will put you up. Hi ma'am, how are you? No audio on my end, ma'am. Can we test again? No audio on my end. Tower Tech, can we check if Miss Vera has audio on
Hello.
your end? There you go. I
Okay.
heard you.
Hi.
Natuwa ako kasi pag tumalon.
All right.
Hi,
Hi, Miss
hi.
Shari. Good morning.
Ma'am, can we put your deck up? There you go. I'm
Yes.
doing it. Yan. Tama, ma'am, no? This one. So,
Yes.
okay. So, Miss Vera, we give you the floor. Please take it away.
Okay, thank you. So, yes, good morning, everyone. Maray na aga sa Indogabos. Hopefully, the skies is clear up for everyone also, and you're enjoying the view right now. So, thank you also to University of Nueva Caceres and also to Jobs 180 for inviting us for this spotlight talk. And our topic for today would be maximizing the best of both worlds. So, working on a hybrid setup. Okay. So again, I'm Vera Tabuzo. I think Miss Shari, I wasn't able to update my profile in Jobs 180. So I'm currently the senior HR in Kooapps, Philippines. So that's correct. Also, I've graduated from Ateneo de Naga University, year 2013, with the degree of Bachelor in Arts in Development Communication. So actually, for okay, for my year of work, so basically I've been working with Kooapps since 2013, and it's been 10 years already from the time I graduated. And yeah, so far everything working well, and I have helped the company also grow from 20 employees by the time that I started working in Kooapps, and now we are on 100 employees already. So about the company, so Kooapps is the oldest full indie mobile game design and development studio in the Philippines, and we have over 400 million downloads across iOS, Android, and the Windows platform. So right now, our concentration is on mobile games, and to define what a full indie game company is, so basically, everyone who downloaded our game is our client. So we don't work for anyone, and we don't yeah, basically we don't do outsourcing as well. So yeah, Kooapps also started in 2009 in the Philippines, and with our office just sharing the space with our CEO's parents' office. And now we have our own building in Makati. So hopefully we can also invite you, or if ever there are people we hired from UNC, you'll be able to see our new office already. So let me just give you a brief background on the different work setup. So basically, when pandemic started, Kooapps shifted to a temporary work from home setup. So we have prepared the staff to do work from home, or we send them home even before the lockdown was announced. So they were already at their home when our president announced that everyone cannot go out during those times. And because of our kind of work, luckily we were able to continue with our work, and the work from home also provided us opportunity to continue our work and let our players enjoy our games during this challenging times. So with the work from home setup, so we have two basically. So work from home and then also work on site. So later on we'll discuss how we can maximize or how we can make the most out of the hybrid setup. Okay. So for the work from home pros or basically advantages of doing work from home. So first, it eliminated the commute time and transportation expenses. So before, you have to wake up around 5 a.m. and then make sure that you leave home at 6 so that you'll be able to reach office by 8 or 9 a.m. So right now, after you wake up, you can just wash your face, do your morning rituals, and then start working already. And next is, sorry, customized work environment. So doing work from home, it enable you to do or to design your own workstation. So you can um, set up posters of different celebrities or K-pop stars. You can also adjust the table to your liking. So there are people who have their tables that's like movable, like you can adjust the height basically. So if you want to stand during work, you can adjust the table also, etc. So another thing is you can have your own like gaming chairs. Other people both bought gaming chairs during this time it to make their posture or basically enjoy enjoy sitting while working. Ayan. You can also do like you can also place your own um what do you call that, you can also place like plants on your work tables, etc. And then also keyboards. You can change your keyboards to mechanical keyboards. So basically, you're not limited to what the company has just provided you. And another advantage is that we can work anytime and anywhere. So I have tried this before working from vacation. So basically, I went to another place and I still continue working or doing payroll for our staff, even though I'm in a different country. So next is increase independence. So during work from home, the only person that you can depend on is yourself. So you have to build your you have to build your skills as what mentioned also in the previous talk. You have to be self-reliant and be self-motivated. Next, for the work from home setup advantage is this is performance based or result oriented. So we don't care much on the time, or example like when you time in at 7, as long as you can finish your work and you give your output on time, then that's fine. Other companies also they just concern themselves with the output that you give. So it's not the hours that you put in, but the output and quality that you give. So next is home cooked meals. So I think everyone enjoyed their parents' food, or like the food that your parents serve you during this time. And for the home cooked meals, it's hot. Unlike the ones when you're working on site, sometimes you just need to do microwave to make sure it's hot and fresh. So doing home cooked meals, you also have the option or you have the chance to choose the food that you eat. So you can decide what kind of food you'll be getting today or what kind of food you will be preparing as well. Next is you have more time with loved ones. So if you love spending time with your siblings, with your parents, or with your fur babies, you have a lot of time actually. And I also heard from other parents that um, they were able to spend more time with their kids, unlike before when they're so busy making sure to make ends meet. They rarely have time to bond with their kids or know what the kids are doing. And next is, of course, less clothes for laundry. So you can wear anything that you want. You can dress up whatever you want. So you don't have to have additional clothes for laundry. So I think everyone agrees also. Like you don't have to dress from work clothes and then your home clothes. So next here, of course, every advantage to the work from home, there's equal disadvantage as well. So first is you will have no separation between work from home. So for other people who just spend their work in the same place as their bed, it's hard for them to actually distinguish um, what's work and what's personal stuff. And usually when you wake up from morning, you'll see your workstation already. And other people gets drained from that or they get burned out from that. Like what they do is just after waking up they proceed to their workstation already. And next one also, not everyone has an environment at home that's conducive for work. So as what I mentioned earlier, there are employees, there are staff that doesn't have a dedicated workstation. So they work on their bed or they just work on the dining table. So it's kind of messy for them. Like they don't have a dedicated setup. Next one is, of course, with the work from home, technical limitation and difficulties arise. So with our kind of environment or with the highly or we depend so much on collaboration. So not everyone so although, sorry, let me rephrase. So although we provide the equipment for employees so that they'd be able to work smoothly, the problem is we cannot provide the test devices for everyone. So it's just impossible and impractical to buy all the devices for every staff or for every devs and QA that we have. So how can the QA test the game if they don't have the devices available? The example, there was a crash and in like in iPad, they need to look for an iPad or who holds that iPad and with that kind of iOS before they can test or before they can proceed. So it's kind of hassle and also um, delays our production. And another one is technical difficulties. We had an employee who stayed in Bicol, and I think you will relate to this that there's a lot of electrical interruption or power outage in Bicol. So raise your hand if you have experienced that. So yeah, we have an employee who had several power outage in Bicol, so he cannot work with that situation. So even the like data is not working because of course if cellular tower is down, then you don't have any internet access. Okay. So if ever you're encountering technical difficulties also, the IT will not be able to help you or the IT can help but very limited. So you still have to rely on yourself on how to fix that internet or how to fix the technical issues that you have. And if you're far from office, you cannot also just um, get a replacement, or you cannot get the replacement for the equipment right away. All right. So another disadvantage of work from home, you will lack, or there are some people who lack motivation and self-discipline. So sometimes they don't know how to proceed with their work, or sometimes they get too distracted that they cannot finish the required task on time or within the day. And another one is at home distractions. So of course, you cannot prevent the let's say your cat or your dog from disturbing your um, workplace. Sometimes they would just jump on top of your keyboard, so you won't be able to work smoothly. And of course, you will hear sounds from, like, from the TV, or sometimes when your siblings watching Netflix, you won't be able to concentrate that well. And next is also, since the parents or the family works, or they work or stayed at home during the pandemic, so people would be expecting you to do the household chores that usually you don't um, do, or you don't usually take care of before, and now you have to do it. So you're expected to help in the household chores, so sometimes your momentum gets disrupted as well. Next is increased isolation, or there's less human interaction. So of course, we are social being. We need people to help us. Usually, sometimes when we have problems, we go to the other person to confide, or to get help, or to get their recommendation, advices. But when working from home, sometimes you're just left alone, and you don't know who to ask help from, or sometimes you don't want your parents to be burdened also the with what you're going through, right? So less issue gets resolved. And sometimes also there are communication issues. Most of the time when we're just typing our message, we cannot convey the tone or the right message that we want to get across. So sometimes other people misunderstand it, and leads to more problem. Okay, and then yeah, second to the last, there's workplace disconnect. So since you don't know other people that you're working with, it's easy to just mind your own business and don't worry about the others, or don't care about um, others. And last here is additional expense on home office costs, because you will be spending more time at home. Of course, you have to expect that electricity, your internet, and your water consumption would be much higher than before. And of course, you have to pay for other things to make your workstation complete. All right. So on the other side of the world, or on the other hand, we have the work on site setup. And the work on site setup meaning you have to work in the office. So what are the advantages of working on site? So you'll have the separation of work and home. So basically, if you have problems at home, you can have a relief working in office. And sometimes also vice versa, you cannot, or you don't have to bring the problems at work in your home, so you can concentrate on doing the things that you love or that you needed to do at home. Next is better access to work equipment and resources. Since you're working on site, then of course the company will be providing you the work equipment that you have, and of course better internet, etc. Also free aircon in office. Next is there's better confidentiality, or you'll be able to practice confidentiality and data security. Unlike when you're working from home or anywhere, anyone can just see your screen and see what's going on. Especially for our type of work, it's important that we have the or we practice confidentiality because we don't want any leaks in our games. And next here is easier team collaboration. So since you're always here, you can just tap the other person and ask for the help that you needed from them. And at the same time, if everyone's working here in office, the test devices can just be, you can just easily share the test devices. So you can go to other person and then see if the code that you have made works well on the devices and it's working the way that you expected it. And also, if you have problems, then it would be easier for you to discuss it with your teammates and how you can solve them. Next is you will have separation of sorry you have faster communication and less miscommunication. So as what I have said earlier, you can just go to the other person, tap the person, and see the see what the person is doing, and you can ask the person if the person is free, instead of before wherein you have to wait for the person to go online and you don't know what's going on. You need the answers, but the person is not responding. So with work on site, it's possible for you to just go to that person or tap the person that's sitting next to you and the ask your questions. And also with the miscommunication, it can be prevented since you can convey the proper tone, and at the same time, the gesture will help you also with the message that you want to get across. Next is it builds relationship and learning. So of course you're spending more time with your friends here in office. So it builds that rapport that you didn't have before with working from home. And of course, when working with other people on site, you get to copy or you get to observe how they do certain things and at the same time learn from them and incorporate that in your task or incorporate it in your habit. So before the disadvantage or the problem that we had is the trainees or the new employees doesn't know who to approach or how to approach the senior staff, and they cannot ask help from them. So they have the tendency to just give up because they don't know how to solve it on their own. And next one here also you will have better understanding of company culture and values. So you'll get to understand why we do certain things the way we do it. And of course, if you have office perks, like some offices have gyms, other offices have game rooms also, then you'll be able to avail them during the work on site. And at the same time, like if they have free coffee, then you'll be able to enjoy free coffees as well. And last here is team celebration. So it's actually on the side on HR that it's easy for us to do team celebrations. Like when we order food, everyone gets food as well. Unlike before, we have to worry, did this person get their food already? Did they have their allowances already? So sometimes you need to also tell them or we need to explain to them how to use certain software or platforms to avail of their allowances. Okay, so with the advantages of work on site, there are also disadvantages to it. So I think the most common one that people tell us or complain about is the traffic and commute time. So not everyone lives near the office, so they have to spend longer time commuting, and they cannot work during those commute time because sometimes they use it for resting and also sleeping to offset the or to compensate the sleep that they were not able to have just to prepare early for work. Next is you will have limited flexibility also. So um, you just confine yourself with the four walls of the office. So sometimes when you don't want the uh, the what's in front of you, it's hard to actually have a change of scenery. And you also have to work with what the company has provided you. So example, if you wanted a mechanical keyboard, of course you cannot do that because there's already a keyboard provided for you. So things like that. And of course, fixed workstation. So if you don't want to work with a person sitting next to you, it would be hard to actually transfer and be away from that person. And next is, of course, there are also at office distraction. So if ever your office is in a busy street, of course, you'll be hearing a lot of traffic or horns from cars, and sometimes like construction also. The construction sounds can distract you in office, or if someone is playing their music too loud, like they're not wearing earphones, so they're sharing their music to everyone, and it's not just productive for you. Okay, so another one is with the work on site, it also increase anxiety for others. Like if you're not meant for, or if you're introvert, then you have the anxiety of dealing with other people. And sometimes when you make the mistake, sometimes you get scolded in front, not in front, but you'll be scolded by your boss in person. So yeah, no screen to filter that for you. Next one is less time with loved ones. So this is a struggle for parents who have like toddlers or who have kids at home. Like they will be away from their kids, and at the same time for those who have like pets, then you'll be away from your pets for several hours. And next is, since you have a rigid time or you have to work very fast, sometimes you just deal with fast, or you just ended up ordering fast food. And sometimes you also have limited food options depending on where the company is located. So you are only um, limited to what the store or what are the restaurants or food choices they have in office. Or sometimes also if the company provides food, then you just have to eat whatever they're serving there. Next is additional clothes for laundry. So you have to change from work clothes to home whenever you're traveling to different places. And of course, there are companies who follows um, strict dress code, so you have to deal with the additional clothes also. All right, so moving forward with the two working stations that I have provided already, then you have the hybrid setup. So hybrid setup meaning you have the flexibility, or you have times in office and you have times in home or in a different place. So I have already mentioned the advantages and disadvantages of each working station. So let me just focus here on the additional advantages of doing or having the same work setup, like works on working at home and working in office. So of course there are different hybrid setup that companies employ or adapt. So for other companies, like you have to work in office on a designated time and day. While other companies, like you can just choose um, to do work from home anytime that you want, and you can also choose which day you will be reporting in office. Okay. So from what we have people on designated time and schedule so that they can easily collaborate with each other. So it's important for us since we highly depend on team collaboration. So for the advantages that you have or additional advantages that you have in hybrid setup, so of course you have the flexibility, you have the freedom to choose where to work. So if ever it's hot in your home, you can go to office even though it's not on your designated schedule. So you can go to office, enjoy the free aircon and the fast internet. And if you're working from home also, you get to choose whether you're working in a different place like coffee shop, or if you're working in a different place, example you're having vacation with your family, you can bring your work there, so you don't have to miss on work and be absent as well, and you get to enjoy the vacation with your family. Next one is a balanced relationship. As what I have mentioned earlier, you have the right balance of spending your time with your family and with your work friends. So you get the best of both worlds. And next is burnout mitigation. So you have the option to change your scenery and pace at any given time. So if you're already sawana with the workstation at home, you can go to office and then do your work in office. If you think that you'll be more productive in office, then you can change to that scene, or you can change to that mood also. Next is accessibility. So given with the hybrid setup, we were able to bring you this online spotlight talk, and you can also do online interviews and attend online job fairs, which we will be doing later this afternoon. So instead of us going to your school, you can just attend the online job fairs. And it also works best for us because for those who are living outside Metro Manila, they have the chance to attend the interview and just decide later on whether they're going to go for us or not, um, after the series of online sessions. So rather than before, wherein you will spend time looking for the company, and you also have to study the place and study how to get there. Also have to accommodate or allot budget for the traveling. But this time, since it's online, you can just attend at the comfort of your home, and you can just decide later on if ever you will be accepting the offer or not. So rather than already spending, or you already use your resources, and then later on you don't want the kind of environment, or you don't want to be, or you didn't pass the interview and exam. So yeah, at least with this setup, you were able to know already or test already what you wanted, and yeah, basically limit the uh, resources that's wasted. Okay, so I hope to see you later in the online job fair. Okay, and next here, so how do you maximize the hybrid setup, or how do you make the most out of this hybrid setup? So first is you will have to deliver results. So you have to be transparent and make sure you give your outputs on the set date and time. So if ever they said you need to submit it tomorrow, you need to commit to that and submit that output tomorrow. You have to make sure that people trust you, so that they can keep on trusting you that you can do well on this hybrid setup. Other than that, you will have to be put on review for your performance, and at the same time you might be asked also to report here on office so that you will be monitored well. Okay, so if ever you cannot submit the task, or if you're encountering problems, you have to be transparent. You have to communicate that with your teammates, with your supervisors, so that they can adjust the deadline or adjust the requirements if needed. Okay, so you have to show them that you're willing or you're doing your best to fix your current issue. And next one is you also have to be consistent. So you have to determine what routine works best for you and you have to stick with it. Other than that, you will be lost and you'll just be like feeling like you're in a limbo. You don't know what you're doing and how to do things. Okay, so go with your routines. And next is you have to master collaboration and communication. So during this time, you have to make sure your message is clear and it's concise. Not everyone has the time to spend on you talking about different things that's not related to work or you're not getting to the point straight. Okay, so as much as possible, make it clear and concise. And at the same time, familiarize yourself well with the technology used for meetings and conferences. Okay, so know when to mute, how to share your screen, etc. Next one is prioritize self care. So you have to set boundaries by sticking to your schedule and allotting time to do hobbies, exercises, and other things so you don't get burned out right away. And here, this is a bit tricky. So be flexible while you have your routines to help you become productive. You also have to allow yourself to be flexible and adjust whenever there's a need. So that sudden changes will not affect your flow or will not affect your momentum. Okay. And last here is practice being organized. So organization is the key so you can easily shift from one setup to another. So this applies well if you have a different equipment in office and you have a different equipment at home. So it's important that you organize your files, make it sync to the cloud so that when you're working from home, you can access those files right away rather than checking where did you save it and then losing the file along the way and you won't be able to start your work as well, or if ever you have to go back to office to get your file, so that's also kind of waste of time. Okay, so let me just leave you with a quote here. So focus on being productive instead of busy. Know well what you're doing rather than just doing things all at the same time and it's not giving you any impact. Okay, so some of the sources here we have Gallup, Forbes, Stanford, Entrepreneur, HSBC, LinkedIn, WalkMe, Indeed, US News, New York Times, Vantage, Circle, Tech Republic, and Office R&D. So thank you everyone. Thank you for listening. And let's connect. You can communicate or you can reach out to us via our email, hr@kooppsinc.com. You can reach us through our mobile number also. And you can check our website to know the games that we have. And of course, if you're looking for a job or if you're interested to join our company, please go to jobs180.com/kooapps.ph. We have listed the hiring that we have, and hopefully, we can build games together. Okay, so you can also check our Facebook page, Kooapps Philippines, Twitter, Kooapps, and then Instagram, Kooapps Games, LinkedIn, Kooapps. Okay, thank you again to everyone. That ends my presentation.
Thank you for that, Miss Vera. So to our audience, the floor is now open for questions. You can put your questions here in the comment section. I'll go first, ma'am. First question, ma'am. In your experience, are new hires like self-aware? Like, are they self-sufficient enough to stick to their goals without being monitored?
Yes, actually, with the time that has passed, everyone was able to adapt already. So from before when like March 2020 lockdown was announced, everyone was like clueless what's going on, how about the future each other. And this time they were able to adapt, and then they thrive well also in the hybrid setup, sticking to what they needed to do at home and what they need to accomplish at work.
Thank you for that. Next question, ma'am. Kayo po, ma'am, personally, what do you do when your productivity is like dwindling? Are there tips that you can share with our audience?
Productivity as in like down. Did
Uh,
I
uh,
understand? Yeah.
Not motivated, mga ganyan.
Yeah, of course, I also experienced that. I'm not gonna lie. I also experienced that down moment. So, what I do is I reach out to my friends and I ask for help. Sometimes we meet also. We meet face to face because sometimes it's hard to cry in front of the screen. It's actually making you confused. Like, oh my god, I look ugly. So yeah, we meet and then we share stories, we exchange our experiences and what we can learn from each other, how we can um, apply that in our work and our also in our personal life. And additionally, I also try to I think I'm guilty now of doing revenge traveling. So I get to set goals that I want to travel at this month or at this period. So I set um what's that? Yeah, basically I set goals that I want to be in this place and explored the things that I wasn't able to explore during the lockdown. But yeah, just careful though because you might be spending too much money. Ayan, so be careful na lang. Make sure that you have budget then and you set budget for it. Not just like randomly spend, okay? Not just randomly splurge. Yeah, so changing sceneries also, meaning when I allot time to go to another place, I have a different scene that I can see, a different environment that I'm seeing. So that also helps me relax and make changes in how I think or how I approach the problem. So yeah, basically for me, it's like traveling is like the cure so far.
Next question, ma'am. What is your take on AI, and will this be affecting your industry, like in the next few years?
No, it's still no for us. You can like for AI, you can just you can type your questions, you can ask AI how to do certain things, etc. But I don't think it would be able to replace us because who made the AI in the first place? It's still the human being. So, and I don't think AI can give you support or emotional support that you need. So if ever the players complain like this game keeps on crashing, this game is so buggy, how will the AI be able to um, connect or to relate to that kind of player? And of course, it won't be able to solve the issue as well. So if ever there are also, let's say, what they call that, suggestions from the players, the AI will not be able to implement that as well without the human being in control or without the human being working on that. So for me, no, it won't be able to replace.
That's comforting to ano, ma'am, to hear. Ayan. Last question na lang po. Before we end, we'd like to know about possible openings and vacancies at Kooapps.
Okay.
What are entry-level positions available for the graduates of UNC and to the audience here now?
Okay, well, as what you can see in my background, we have some tarps here available. So, but we will also be opening, I mean, yeah, telling that later during the job fair in UNC, online job fair. And also check jobs180.com/Kooapps for the list of hiring that we have. But for the benefit of everyone, the hiring position, the vacancies that we have, especially for fresh grads, we have the mobile game programmer, mobile app programmer, and web programmer. So if ever you are afraid that you don't have the background on doing mobile games, mobile apps, we actually provide trainings for you guys before you get started with the production work. So yeah, as long as you have background or knowledge on programming languages such as C, C++, Objective-C, C Sharp, or Java, then please feel free to apply also. So don't be afraid that you don't have background or experience in mobile games, because we provide trainings for you. And for the other teams, we have project manager, assistant, we have data analyst, we have QA tester or QA engineer, and we also have positions under the marketing team, such as digital marketing staff. So you learn how to market the products that are virtual. Unlike before, where you have a physical product, you'll have to approach different person to market or to sell your product. But this time, you learn how to do it online. So you have the digital marketing staff, you have the customer support representative as well, and content creator, sorry. And I think that's another topic that was offered to us for other guests. So yeah, you learn the other careers that emerged during this pandemic. And additionally, we have our team also. So we're looking for 3D artists, we're looking for multimedia artists, and for the HR team, we're still looking for HR staff or HR recruiter and executive assistant. So there are also internships available in our company. So if you are required by your school to render internship, you can approach us later during the job fair to know about the internships available.
Okay, so thank you for that, Miss Vera. So to our students, please don't forget to visit their career site. It's scrolling on the screen right now. So to everyone, we invite you to the job fair later. Miss Vera will be there to
Yes.
plug and to attend to all of your questions and recruitment concerns. Ayan. Miss Vera, on behalf of UNC and of my team, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and see you later in the afternoon.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you.
Mashari.
All right. So to everyone, thank you so much for listening throughout the presentation. So now we ask Sir Kim to join for his question and answer segment. So this one is for the resume link talk earlier. So I'll put up Sir Kim. Hi sir, good morning. And is it back? Ayan. Sir, you're on mute. Ayan.
Hi.
So, sir, ang questions lang namin, I think we'll gear it towards the virtual career fair happening this afternoon. So, may we confirm that they need a resume link or a Jobs 180 account in order to join the event later?
Yes. So, first thing that they need to do is go to the link that you're seeing here sa screen na yan. Nagsuscroll ngayon. Yan, go to that link, schools.jobs180.com/UNC. Go to that page and then you register. Okay? Kung meron na kayong resume link, then all you need to do is just continue lang with the steps, and then you'll be getting all the rest of the reminders na for the event this afternoon. If you don't have your resume link yet, then better make one, no? Kasi all the companies who are joining the job fair or participating this the job fair this afternoon, the virtual career fair, will be expecting that you be submitting your resume link to them. Okay, so it's more efficient, no? Mabilis eh. Kung may kailangan sila sa inyo, then you just have to attach it there. At kung later on, you decide not to be active anymore kasi may trabaho na kayo or for whatever reason, di na kayo magiging active sa paghanap ng trabaho, then you can always turn off the notification. Diba? So, more advantage on your side, no? Having a resume link. Yun po. So, reminder ko yun para sa mga mag-join ng event mamaya. In a few hours time, we have about in less than 3 hours. That is your event this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Kim. So, ano yung dapat nilang ihanda mamaya, sir? Kailangan ba naka-corporate attire?
Preferably, but speaking on the perspective of an HR, this is not a deal breaker, no, para sa initial application, because una-una, this is virtual, so we expect that you wear decent outfit naman, no? Baka naman nakasando kayo. Yung naka-pajama kayo pag pumunta kayo sa job fair, no? Huwag naman ganun, di ba? You wear decent attire, not exactly your corporate three-piece suit, di ba? And your blazers on. But if you have, then might as well come in prepared because you want to make a good. Diba? Iba kasi yung may dating ka, 'di ba? Yung impression mo sa company, maalala ka nila kaagad, 'di ba? So you can move to the next step. No? Pero hindi naman siya requirement, no, for you to wear corporate attire. So I hope that will not be a hindrance para mag-join kayo ng virtual career fair later. Yun. Ang importante, you come in prepared by making your resume link. Kung kulang pa yung information, you can continue that later, no? Yung pag-complete ng information. Basta importante meron na kayong resume link pagka pumunta kayo dun sa virtual career fair later. Then, I just had a quick chat lang with IBM. IBM is so excited to join you guys, no? Dito mamaya sa hapon sa virtual career fair, and they're asking if the students have resume link. Sabi ko, of course, UNC. Sabi ko, mga UNC yan. So, meron yan mga resume links. Ayan. So, there. Okay?
Sir, we have a question from the crowd. Crisel Rosanes Inot. Just want to ask about the work experience part. Sir Kim said that internship could be added. What position? Will it be trainee?
Yes. You can put their trainee since internship naman siya, OJT. Kahit na, kung OJT lang naman nalagay nyo, then yes, you can put the company name there and then what you did, no? Yung responsibilities or the activities that you were able to contribute dun sa company. Kung hindi naman siya OJT, if it's something else, example, you were able to handle a project kasi nagbenta ka ng ice candy. O yan, example lang, 'di ba? So you can put there project ice candy, o 'di ba? You were able to handle but you have to be specific, no? You follow a way na you have to give yung specifics no? When did you do it? What happened afterwards? Were able to raise X number of amount? Nagkumita ba? Nalugi ba? Diba? Yun. What other actions did you do? Nag-promote kayo? Yung ganon. So, you can tell a little more about that. Kasi ang importante, pag wala ka naman work pa, HR will know kung anong pinaggagawa mo sa buhay mo. Yung ganon tipo. Diba? So, yun. So, they'll be able to determine later on which of those things that they're looking for sa company yung meron sa inyo. And even if you're doing those little projects, kahit na sideline yan or mga side hustle nyo or mga racket-racket lang kung tawagin, those are still actual encounter pa rin. Diba? Hindi ito yung parang textbook na, ito pala pa nagbenta ako, kailangan ko ng bumili ng product para gawin kong ice candy. O, diba? Hindi siya ganun. Ito talaga actual. Ginagawa mo siya. So, they'll be able to ask you more and learn more about what you did. Okay? So, I hope nasagot ko yung tanong mo. Yes, internship, we put their trainee.
Okay, so thank you for that, sir. So now I'll give you the list. So to everyone who's here, we are inviting you to the career fair later at 1. So I'll give you the list of employers attending. So Accenture, Advanced World Solutions, Arvin International Marketing, IBM, Kooapps Philippines, Link Serve Solutions BPO, Mackenzie Distribution Co., Microsourcing Philippines, ProLife UK, UnionBank, and BXI Global Holdings. So you'll see them later. We open the Zoom meeting at 1 p.m. So we will invite everyone to attend. The Zoom link should be already in your email, but we'll also send another reminder. So kindly make sure that you signed up through the link on your screen. That's schools.jobsunity.com/UNC. So, Sir Kim, thank you. I want them to have the time from 11 to 12 to finish
Yes.
off their accounts.
Yes.
Para prepared sila for the 1 p.m. career fair.
See you later. Come in prepared.
Thank you, Sir Kim.
Bye.
Okay, so to everyone, just a final plug. The recordings of this webinar will be posted in the Jobs 180 Facebook and YouTube channel, but please don't forget to evaluate. So to Tech, can you release the evaluation link? So we'll put this also in the comment section. So kindly evaluate just so we can tag you as attended, as present in the webinar. So to everyone, please watch out for the next set of webinars. If you like this webinar, we are doing webinars like this every week for different universities. But you're free to join any of those sessions. So if the topic is interesting to you, pwede kayong makijoin for free. So again, we will see you at 1 p.m. today. Ayan. So the link is already in the comment section. So please let us know if it works. So we invite you at 1 p.m. today. So don't forget, please mark your calendars. Again, the companies attending later are the following: Accenture, Advanced World Solutions, Arvin International Marketing, IBM, Kooapps Philippines, LinkServe Solutions, BPO, Mackenzie Distribution, Multisourcing Philippines, ProLife UK, UnionBank of the Philippines, and DXI Global Holdings. So we'll see them later, and they are looking forward to meeting all of you guys. We will be doing processing for applicants later. So if you sign up, please be please be please look forward to being processed by the different employers. So for processing na tayo lahat later. If you have questions, feel free to ask them about the recruitment process later. Mangyayari yun. So mechanics for the job fair will also be discussed before we start the 1 p.m. event. So with that, the session ends today. So thank you so much. And we look forward to having all of you in the workforce. Our advanced congratulations to everyone who would be graduating this year in the next few months. Thank you, thank you. Congratulations. And that's it. So see you guys at 1 p.m. Have a great day. Please work on your resume links and Jobs 180 accounts. Thank you, thank you, thank you.